So, shalom, my brothers and sisters. I'm going to get into a quick lesson dealing with Israel and dealing with Ethiopia. Very important to our people. We must understand who we are in these last times, because the Most High God has required that we wake up in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. We know in English, Jesus the Christ. So let me go forward with this, my brothers and my sisters. I say shalom to you all. Bless the Most High God, who is Ha-Yahweh, who is the Yahweh. We say in English, the Jehovah. I'm going to go into Zephaniah. Very important to our people. Understanding who we are by the biblical scripture. I'm going to flip this around, my brothers and sisters. And here we go. And it shows us right here in Zephaniah. Zephaniah gives us very great detail. Zephaniah. And let me go down to verse 10. We'll be using verse 9 also. And it shows us in Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9, for then will I turn the people a pure language, being the children of Israel, being those that were scattered. Those that were scattered. That they may all call upon the name of the Yahweh, we say Jehovah, Yahuwah, or Yahweh, to serve Him with one consent, one agreement. He shows us from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my suppliants. He says very clearly, beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, even the daughter of my dispersed shall bring my offering. So the suppliants, being the worshipers, are going to come from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. God's people, the ones that were scattered into Africa, are going to come back to the Most High God. In verse 11, in that day shall thou be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee, them. It says them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. And I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Yahweh, Jehovah, Yahuwah. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. My brothers and my sisters, very important that we understand that our people were actually pushed out of our holy land, which is Israel. They were pushed out by the Romans 67 AD, 70 AD. We must understand that many of our people ran beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Very important that we understand this. This is biblical scripture that God is calling for His suppliants. We're talking about when God is actually bringing the children of Israel back out of Africa. So if God is calling His people from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, the Igbo, the Zulu, the Fulanis, Yoruba, all these people, the Ashanti, the Limba, all of these different tribes who know themselves to be the children of Israel, even those of Gondor, Ethiopia. These people being the children of Zion. Understand, the children of Zion in different times of the past, through King Solomon, in Makeda, being the queen of the south, the queen of Ethiopia, Saba. We have the line that starts through Menelik 1. And we see it all the way to Haile Selassie, being those of Judah, tribe of Judah, actually ruling and reigning in Ethiopia, homeland, because King Solomon, being a king in Israel, being in Jerusalem, home base is Israel. Though the children of Israel begin to multiply in Ethiopia, we see that the true homeland is Israel indeed. In Zephaniah chapter 3 tells us that the suppliants will return, the worshipers will return to Israel. Let me get into Isaiah chapter 18. Isaiah chapter 18 tells us about those also in this distant land. He says, woe to the land shattered with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. He says, woe, he means trouble, he means destruction. Terrible things to happen to the land shattered with wings. What land is that? Look on the back of the quarter. Look on back of the dollar bill, and there it is. The eagle of North America, being the eagle nation. Trouble to it. Trouble to it. Verse 2, that sending ambassadors by the sea. Sea is also known as an ocean, because the ocean and the sea is salt. So by that, it is considered to be an ocean. Even in vessels of bulrushes upon waters. Isaiah is in the mindset of when Moses went down the Nile River in the actual ark that his mother prepared for him. Vessels of bulrushes, these modern day cargo ships traveling over the sea that send ambassadors, this eagle nation that sending ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrushes upon the waters, saying, go ye swift messengers to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning, hear it, to a nation met out and trodden down, whose land the rivers have spoiled. Israel, the children of Israel, being in Africa, spread out through the west, in Mali and Ghana, when Ghana stood to the west before it was relocated in the south, as we see now. Senegal, the Fulanis, We see those of Nigeria. We see many of the children of Israel throughout the sub-Saharan Africa existing in all these territories. Morocco, the children of Israel are known in Libya, Ethiopia, and also Egypt. The children of Israel existed. But this particular place is a place where men travel across the ocean, being this eagle nation that set out to actually take God's people for their possessions, known as the transatlantic slave trade. Transatlantic slave trade. We must understand that Isaiah saw this nation, this eagle nation, taking God's people, taking them in the time when they were away from their promised land, away because of the wrath of God, because of the anger of God of what the forefathers had did. The forefathers in Acts chapter 28, verse 24, actually rejected Judaic Christianity. Judaic Christianity. They rejected it. And the Most High God actually sent the Roman army in to actually scatter his people, take them as prisoners. And here we go. Later on in the 1600s, the Portuguese come and begin to take God's people and bring them to this land of the eagle nation. My brothers, you have been scattered far. You have been taken as slaves. Both Zephaniah and Isaiah tells your places of being. They show you in Africa. They show you in the eagle nation. In Israel is your homeland. Zion is your mother. Zion is your mother. Zion, Jerusalem, is your mother. You got to understand this, my brothers and my sisters. Africa is not your mother. But Zion of Israel is your mother. Galatians tells us in verse 26, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. It did not say Africa. It did not say Ethiopia, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. Why do Haile Selassie, in the time when Mussolini actually attacks, actually runs into Jerusalem? Because Jerusalem, which is free, Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. He knew it. He ran back to the motherland. And the true identity actually showed itself, that Jerusalem truly is the motherland. Shalom, my people. Shalom.